Bonjour. Hi, everybody. Cheers. Grab a cup of coffee or a glass of wine and settle in as we take a trip to Germany in the winter of a very cold 1999. Welcome to my life journeys. I'm starting to share some of the experiences and travels that I've documented throughout my life, and it's my hope that you'll find them inspirational, entertaining, humorous, or maybe just downright ridiculous. So settle in, and today I'm going to share with you a winter week in Munich, February 3rd, 1999. I spent a winter week in Munich with my friend Michael before venturing on to start my new life in Košice. After an 8-hour, 20-minute flight from Atlanta, I arrived in Munich. It was cold and snow covered the ground, of course. Michael was there to greet me. The flight was very good, small turbulence, and the guys were not too loud. The child was crying behind me. It made me sad, and I felt like crying too. I stretched out and fell asleep on 2 seats. After 8 hours and 20 minutes, the plane arrived in Munich, and Michael was there to greet me. All of my packs arrived. We took the train, bus, and walked to his Wohnung apartment on Strobelstrasse. I was a little tired, but determined to stay up until 9 or 10 p.m. Hat ein schönes Frühstück gemacht. He had made a beautiful breakfast. Wir haben fast 2 Stunden gefrühstückt und geredet. We talked and ate breakfast for nearly 2 hours. I called Mom and felt content. Then Michael und ich, wir sind mit dem Fahrrad gefahren zum Schloss Nymphenburg. We rode the bicycles to Nymphenburg Palace. Yes, we rode the bicycles in the snow and the cold. We walked around the park along the frozen Isar River. It was very pretty. Kids were sledding on the hill and skating on the river ice. People were out walking in the snow. It was cold, but I quickly figured out how many layers were needed. 3. Back at home, Michael had schon gekocht. He had already cooked. We had a delicious red beet soup, a Polish recipe of his mother's, and a rice curry salad with fruit. And yes, I made it awake until 10 o'clock p.m. Der Haus der Kunst Art Museum. The next day, we leisurely frühstückt beim Kerzenlicht, ate breakfast by candlelight. Michael hat auch diese Woche Urlaub gemacht. He took days off for vacation this week. We bundled up and went to town to get my train pass, but I had left my passport at his house. It was only my first day. Stopped in Zongas, the optic shop where Michael works, and he checked my eyes and gave me some free contact lenses. We went to see Die Nacht Ausstellen at Haus der Kunst. It was 3 hours of paintings related to nighttime. I enjoyed it, but it was a little bit too much for Michael. Walked around and bought tickets for the Nigel Kennedy concert on Friday night. For supper, Michael hat ein etwas Schönes gemacht. He made something awesome. A potato frita fried with cheese inside, with mushrooms, cheese, and onions on top. Yum. Kimsey. On the 3rd day, we started a bit earlier, caught the train to Prien, then a bus to Stock, and a small ferry to the Chiemsee. There were Herren, Frauen, and Krautinseln, man, woman, and vegetable islands. The Herreninsel had a monastery and a Schloss, palace, all built by King Ludwig II. Who else? All modeled after Versailles. It included the fountains, hall of mirrors, and a kitchen table on a pulley. Only King Ludwig ran out of money before he could finish building it. Fraueninsel had an artist colony, a church, and a nunnery that is 1,200 years old. It's the oldest nunnery in Germany. We took a cafe break there, and Michael lit a candle in the church for his mother. Out of Rosenheim. On the way home, we took an unexpected visit to die Schlossstadt, or palace town, Rosenheim. Bavarian efficiency prohibited us from traveling zwischen between 4 to 6 p.m. with our Bayern passes, Bavarian rail passes. It was 20 minutes before 6 p.m. on the half-empty train. We had to get off at the next stop and wait an hour to catch the following train. We were laughing and calling it out of Rosenheim. How efficiently the country is running. Alles in Ordnung. Everything in order. Order. Just kidding. Later, getting home, wir haben einfachlich Abendbrot gegessen. We simply ate simple evening bread. I had convinced Michael that we needed only salad, bread, cheese, and wine, and the leftover soup for dinner. We proceeded to look at his photos from Thailand and at the cookbook from his Thai cooking class, mit Pip, in England, who incidentally to this day, from 1999 until now, is still offering Thai cooking lessons and a great place to stay in Thailand. Dahlmeier interview. Friday was the next day. We went into town about noon again. It was a quick trip to the markets for Michael and I to Dahlmeier's for a look, a brochure, and an interview. Dahlmeier is a 300-year-old famous brand of German coffee and confections. I had lined up an interview with one of the store managers regarding their gift baskets and local food products for the gift basket review publication I was freelancing for. Next, I headed to the internet cafe to check my Hotmail and make US contact. It was actually a pizza bar cafe with computers on each table, even at the bar. Friday evening, we quickly ate pasta at home. Then it started to snow quite hard before we took the umbrella with us. It was a good idea, as other people were doing it too, just like in the rain. I had never seen that before. We walked and took the U-Bahn, the Munich subway, to the concert with Nigel Kennedy, a punk Paganini with a Mohawk-style hair and Adam Ant clothes. That was very memorable too. And as I looked it up, I see that he's still performing today as well. This is an excerpt from my Košice Journal documenting my exodus from a relatively happy, bustling life in beautiful San Diego to voluntarily take a post teaching English in the newly independent eastern capital of Slovakia during a very cold winter 1999. Thanks for watching, and till next time, ciao.